Back at it this morning. Going to check the oil in that real quick and go ahead and start it up. I think I'm going to start a little fire down here this morning. Yeah, that's still got enough moisture in it. Wouldn't set anything on fire. I think I'm going to do a little pit right here, and that way I can grab this stuff and get it burning. I'm going to do a small one. I know that's hard for me to say, but there's not a lot of rain in the forecast anytime soon, so I think I'm just going to dig a hole right here, and that way I can grab some of that stuff and that drier material over there and get a little fire going and stay down here and start working on the pond and feeding the fire a little bit, and just go ahead and start getting rid of some of this stuff, because I've got to take all that down and a lot of that stuff down, and it's just going to add up, and I'm going to run out of room. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting rid of some of it. Well, I dug a little burn pit here and got the fire going, and of course the wind was blowing that way then. Now it's blowing directly towards all the houses up there, so I'm probably just going to let this die down. All the ways the wind could blow, and it blows that way. I don't know, maybe it'll change a little bit later today. I just don't want to smoke everybody out up there. Do. Maybe it'll clear up and burn pretty hot, but if it would just blow like either that way or that way, be fine and dandy, but nope, not today. I don't know, it's not too bad. As long as it'll go on up in the air and not linger on the ground. We'll see. At least I got rid of about a dump truck load. So like I said, I got a little fire going now that the wind's calmed down. It's going straight up in the air, and it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Once it gets nice and hot, I'll be able to throw a couple grapple-fulls on there every now and then and just kind of start getting rid of some of that. But I'm going to go down here and actually get started on the little pond. We had a fair amount of rain, so it kind of laid in here a little bit. I'm going to try to take that and push some of that water out, and then go down there and start digging and laying my dirt up for the pond dam, which is, like I said, this pond is pretty much just going to be a hole in the ground, so it's not very critical that there's an actual pond dam, other than I'm just laying the dirt back there to get rid of it and raise it up so that it'll eventually be up out the ground and you can be able to walk around it. So what I'm trying to do is push some of all this rainwater out that is settled in here. The other night when it rained so much, that way I can kind of start digging and it not flood out the area I'm trying to dig right off the bat. Which pretty much everything I dig is probably going to be full of water by, you know, the morning. So there's a low spot right there. I'm just going to try to take everything and shove it that way to kind of help drain the area a little bit. If I can get enough mud to stay put to do so. That might become a problem here. Everything's trying to turn to liquid. I can't get all that, so I'm just trying to put a little dam up to keep that over there. Then once I cut this, I can let that back into this. Fill the pond up. See what I mean about this was going to be wet? It's wet. I'm gonna have to build like a cofferdam over here to lay all this mud behind it, because I can't do nothing with it. The joys of mud require good mud management skills. If not, you will have a problem that you cannot fix. Because right now I'm kind of at the point of no return. This would literally be about 4 feet of water now. So I am committed to digging the pond today. Now that I've pushed all this back. I hope that it's running out and not that way. I think it's running that way. I want it to go that way. Because I got to dig that way. So we're going to try to come through here and head it off. Might be able to push it out. Hell, I don't know. I'm just trying to get an area open that's not full of water. See what I mean about how you can't plan projects? Because I had no idea that it was going to be quite this bad. So you just kind of got to make the best of it. Right here. I'm afraid to dig up any stumps just yet because it's going to create a sinkhole. So far, so good. Probably I was going to try to use the ditching bucket, cleanup bucket, but with these stumps and everything, I probably just need to use the digging bucket so I can use the thumb. And I don't know. The edge of the pond's going to be about right here. I'm going to try to mirror image that one that's right there. So I got to push all this back. Then I'll build a little kind of a coffer dam out of the drier material. And that'll be the front edge of the pond dam. Alright, well let me get all this stuff pushed back. I'm going to throw a few more grapple pulls on the fire and start digging away. Alright, well, I'm at the point of no return now because there's not going to be any coming back out here and digging this out. So pretty much what I'm doing. I doubt I'll ever be able to get back on this pond dam while I'm here, so I'm trying to smear it out the best I can while I'm down here. Later on that may dry out enough to be able to get on top of and grade out, but right now it's pretty much mud. So what I'm trying to do is take this drier mud, build a little bit of a cofferdam, which is going to be the front face of this dam, and then dig this liquid mud out and dump it back here in the back. Just kind of let it run out there into those woods. So unfortunately I can only dig the pond probably about, it's going to be 4 or 5 feet deep right here. I'll dig some holes up over there when I get closer, but pretty much this is about as deep as it can go, just for the fact that the deeper I dig, everything else just pours in and I have really no place to put it. Everything just turning to liquid when you touch it. This machine is going to need another bath when I'm done with this one. I mean, that's literally about as good as you can get. That right there. Luckily, the water should come up to about right here, so it's going to cover majority of that up. Taking that, pushing it out. At least now it kind of gives a spot for everything to drain to. Kind of. So yeah, that's what I've got to deal with. I'll push this back a little farther and keep digging away. Big stump right here. Joy. Right where I've got to travel. See if I can't scrape some of that liquid mud on back and go ahead and throw it out there out of the way before I build and kind of just, I don't know. Not a whole lot you can do with this stuff other than just kind of smear it around. definitely a keep the windshield down day. To at least stay clean, at least. I'm just taking all this mud. Well, I'm trying to take the liquid slop and throw it back here into the back so that it can just lay back in here, and then take what drier material I can find and build this front slope, which is kind of not really here either. It's definitely not going to be the prettiest pond dam I've ever built, but it'll work. Sometimes you just got to work with what you got. What I got is not much. But it is coming along. That will actually dry out enough where you'll be able to drive a tractor on it. Not within the next couple of weeks though. Some beautiful topsoil when it dried out. This out, then I'm going to go down in the pond and cut that edge again and lay it up right here and kind of build the, I guess, the dam where I will be sitting, where I'm sitting at. I'm going to clean a little bit more of this liquid mud up just so it doesn't run all back in when I cut that out. So, pond is coming along good, windshield not so good, but hey, that's not on me. I've got pretty much the whole far side cut out and the material laid back. I found a couple of stumps, so I threw it down in there. Pretty much that pond's about a foot higher than this water level, and I'm about 4.5 feet below this, so it should be around the 5.5, 6 foot range. Yeah, it's filling up though, so I'm working along. I'm coming down this side, taking all this mud and just taking it and throwing it back. Pretty much building like a berm around it to waste the dirt. It's so wet you can't even walk around it, so I mean you can't walk on this either, but I dang sure ain't gonna be able to drive back on and grade it out. So that's about as good as that's gonna look for now. Later on it'll dry out and it'll be nice, and the water will be about 12 inches from the top, maybe 16 inches. But yeah, want to go put some more stuff on the fire and then come back down here. I want to take that material and lay it over because I got room to lose it. And kind of this low area right here, I can pile a bunch of that stuff back up in there. And then the rest of it's going to have to go all up in there. All right. Time to dig some more mud. I've dug a lot of it and I've got a lot more to dig. My windshield got a few mud splatters on it, so I opened it up good for a video. Hopefully I won't splatter myself. I'll take the dry dirt and kind of build a cofferdam. That's the front edge of the hole here. Once this fills up, it'll kind of hold everything in place. Pack the dirt in, the way it'll keep the mud from sliding back in. That's chewy! The pollen's not quite done yet. Burning pretty good. I just stacked it up. That's what I was looking at. Not really smoking a whole lot, so that's even better. Probably bring my tilt bucket down here to grade everything out up here, but as far as this, there's just so much stuff I need to use the thumb for, and I don't really want to have it out here between trying to burn and dig and clear as I go. It's kind of I gotta have that bucket on there. Probably dry out enough where I can walk around here on feet, on foot here, before I leave the job. But driving anything's probably going to be a no-go. it up, then I'll get up there and push it back a little farther or do whatever needs to be done. Piling all this mud up in there. You dig up all random stuff, you just kind of make that disappear. I'll make fish habitat. You take the scoop out. I want to make sure that that is under the water good. Look how sandy that is. Little river bottom or something. I'll take that stump, lay it right there. I think it was trying to float. I'll bury the end of it in mud so it won't float up. Now there's the fish habitat. I'll lay a few more in here as I work my way around. Check on the fire. Come on, getting along. I'll probably make a cut before I leave and lay that back one time, everything I can't reach. Just so this is gonna start filling up with water pretty quick. So that the water has a place to start going. Right, many big old stumps out here though. That's another reason I didn't want to use the ditching bucket. That's not good for it to dig up stumps. It's not a stumping bucket. Just put a little bit more stuff on the fire. Pretty much burnt everything that was over here other than those trees I just knocked down. And majority of the pile right here. So not a whole lot of stuff, but you know, every little bit helps. Made pretty good progress on the pond. I've got the far side dug out and most of the way around. Just taking the dirt and laying it back up there on the bank, and I was having to clear some trees as I go. But this is going to start filling up pretty quick, so I'm going to go in here before I leave today and make a cut back and lay all that over so that that down here will pretty much be open and it can start filling up, and it shouldn't really interfere with anything. But the pond is pretty much going to come about right straight through here and kind of curve back around, and then all this mud's going to go back up in this area to fill this low area in. So today has pretty much been a wiggle around and try not to get stuck all day type day, but I'm making good progress. Look at the pond. A pretty good little size hole here in the ground now. I'm leaving this to hold this back for now, but I got to leave it wide enough to be able to get the machine across here to dig that and, you know, lay it back, which I'll probably do tomorrow. I'm going to finish cutting this out here today and laying that up there, so it should dry out and drain some tonight. It's pretty sandy, but it's a wet mess. I think I got mud splattered on the inside, the outside, on me. It's just been that type of day. Oh yeah, that's on the inside. Oopsies. They make glass cleaner. Alright, back to it.